the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Breaking now at 6 on DC News Now, a standoff lasting more than 30 hours. A Virginia woman barricaded in her car tonight in police efforts to reach a peaceful solution.
There's 26 subtitles in this bill, and each one of them is as horrific as the last. And officers are not going to work in that environment.
Well, federal lawmakers consider overriding a second D.C. bill to controversy tonight over police reform.
And you may be ready for opening day, but what about increased security? We take a look at the safety concerns in the ballpark and also the neighborhoods and what's being done to address them.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to see you again today with a good amount of sunshine running through the DMV, but we have freeze warnings in alert for tonight. How low would these temperatures get? I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
And I'm Mark Hall, filling in for Chris Flanagan. A crisis in Fairfax County stretches into day 2.
Yeah, so for more than 30 hours now, a woman with a gun has refused to come out of her car after being chased and stopped by police.
Now, it caused significant disruption in the neighborhood where a busy highway has been shut down this entire time. The woman who's accused of abducting another woman talked with us today, and so did police. That's where we find our Daniel Hamburg, who has been there all afternoon.
Yeah, and Daniel, you got both sides. Walk us through what police and the woman in the car are saying.
Well, police have been in contact with her throughout the day. They're still trying to get back in touch with her. She tells us that she's innocent and that she did not kidnap that woman. Police say she's armed with a handgun. It's been more than a day since police shut down this portion of Richmond Highway for a woman barricaded in her car with a gun.
We'll be out here as long as it takes. Our goal is to make sure everyone goes home safely.
Police say Tuesday around 11 a.m. they were asked to do a welfare check for a woman missing out of Maryland.
It was that point in time when we were approached by a second woman who had stated that she was abducted. During that, we were directed towards a car that was possibly involved, and it led to where we are today. We talked with Brittany Copeland, the driver of that car, who police chased, then pulled over. Police say she showed a gun.
I'm not crazy. I'm not meant to. I'm just tired, and nobody understands that. And nobody understands me, and I look like the bad guy.
Copeland says she didn't kidnap the woman and wants police and the public to understand what happened. How she ended up barricaded, she says.
I just didn't know what to do. I was just like, it was just a messed up situation to be in, because I really did not hurt that girl, nor did I ever intend to.
Police say they have been talking with Copeland using a team of more than 10 crisis negotiators.
We know she has a story, and we're here to listen to it. And we would prefer that story not to be over a phone through a car. We want to talk to her face to face and have that conversation.
Police have said over and over again they want to resolve this peacefully. Copeland says she doesn't want to go to jail.
I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do. I'm not catching a felony for something. I'm not sitting in there for a day, a week, a month, a year, however long it takes them to figure out that I'm telling the truth, because it's not fair.
Now, Richmond Highway between Lockheed Boulevard and Boswell Avenue will be closed until this situation is resolved. Police again saying they are taking their time to make sure that everyone comes away from this safely, including Copeland. We're live in Fairfax County. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Developing now, Republicans on the House Oversight Committee gave D.C. officials an earful about its crime problems and how the district is unsafe.
Yeah, their latest concern is on the Police Reform Act that was passed a couple years ago. The GOP wants to strike it down, and Democrats say it interferes with D.C.'s long-standing home rule.
Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming watched the 4-hour hearing. And Leonard, it looks like House Republicans are on their way to striking down another D.C. law.
That's exactly right. The grandstanding was on full display today. If you believe Republicans, crime is rampant in the nation's capital, and city council is to blame for making it right for criminals. Democrats argue that they are cherry-picking crime to interfere with the district intent on governing itself.
We have a crime crisis in Washington, D.C. Our staffers are in fear. Our visitors who come to Washington, D.C. are in fear. And we believe that there's a solution to this.
And that's why House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says the Republicans will likely strike down yet another one of D.C.'s initiatives.
And we believe that there's a solution to this.
In the GOP cites the district's Comprehensive Policing and Justice Reform Act to hold bad officers accountable, the council says. The brutal stabbing last Saturday of Kentucky Senator Rand Paul's staffer gave the hearing more attention. Barbs were traded back and forth in the 4-hour hearing, with Democrats saying it was a waste of time and attention should be on national shootings. Republicans countered that crime is out of control in the district and it's Congress's responsibility to hold the district accountable for runaway laws.
We've already seen the effects of this bill because it's been in effect since 2020, and there's more provisions that were added in the markup hearing that are going to be completely detrimental to the working conditions and the livelihoods of police officers.
D.C. Police Union Chief Greg Pemberton says the law has led to an exodus of 25 police officers per month in the district. D.C. Council Chairman Phil Mendelson says he wished there was more discussion of how to improve public safety.
It seemed that there was a lot more attention to the rhetoric than there was to actually looking at solutions.
The debate today, the chairman says, was more about a dead criminal code revision bill that Congress rejected recently.
The bill that's before Congress is about police accountability, and police accountability is a way to build trust. And when you build trust in the police, you actually get better public safety.
Comer warns that oversight in D.C. will continue.
If you continue to pass excessive criminal reform that favors the violent criminals and is going to lead to more crime, then we're going to continue to pass resolutions disapproving that.
The GOP-controlled Oversight Committee is expected to send the rejection of the Police Reform Act to the full House for a formal vote. Chairman Comer told me that as long as D.C. officials pass laws that his party believes hinders police officers, they will be there to stop them. Reporting in the studio, Leonard N. Fleming, D.C. News Now, back to you.
All right, so we're staying on this topic because earlier today, hundreds of D.C. residents rallied outside of Congress during that hearing, chanting, "Keep your hands off D.C." Our Tosin Fakili talked to demonstrators there.
The Hands Off D.C. rally marched from Seward Square all the way here to the Rayburn building where that House Oversight Committee hearing is happening with top D.C. leaders. And rally goers are making their way into the building to continue to peacefully make their voices heard to Congress to keep their hands off D.C.
Hands off D.C. It's still residents here that's from this city that still care about this city and want the best for the city.
And it's the love for D.C. that brought these residents out on Wednesday to rally.
D.C. If we don't get it, shut it down.
The group Hands Off D.C. rallied Wednesday because they say they feel congressional leaders are trying to overturn more D.C. laws and say the interference threatens the rights and safety of D.C. residents.
Is the Congress didn't listen. They're still meddling in D.C. affairs, and so I'm going to keep coming back as long as they are trying to tell us what to do instead of listening to what we need and letting D.C. make decisions for ourselves.
I feel like it should be more our individuals that actually can say they really have something to love about the city, to really be able to speak for the city.
The rally took place hours before top D.C. leaders, including Council Chair Phil Mendelson, testified at a Republican-led House Oversight Committee hearing on Wednesday about D.C. affairs.
The perception that we getting out here as residents is look like we're getting pushed away from our own city.
And some of those D.C. affairs lawmakers wanted to know about included safety and crime in the district.
I want those Congress people to be focusing on their constituents, their residents' needs. I have representation here in D.C.
And we have to push back and let them know that we are D.C.
I don't want to get hurt. I don't want my neighbors to get hurt. I don't want anyone to get hurt. But we know what really prevents crime. We have evidence and research, and D.C. is trying to pass laws and stand-up programs that really will help here.
At the Rayburn building, I'm Tosin Fakile for D.C. News Now.
Well, happening tonight, honoring the victims of a mass shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville.
Yeah, so there have been a number of vigils for the victims all across Nashville and the country, but the one tonight is expected to be one of the largest. Haley Scruggs, Evelyn Deekhouse, William Kinney, Mike Hill, Catherine Coons, and Cynthia Peak all died in that shooting. So there will be musical performances and prayer as people grieve, plus several speakers, including Mayor John Cooper, Chief John Drake, and religious leaders. Also in Nashville, Metro Councilman Russ Pooley, who represents the Green Hills area where the shooting happened, says his community is hurting and people want to help.
It's a great community. I love representing this district. People around here are busy, they run around, and it's a very, very active world here until something like this happens. And then people stop dead in their tracks, and I'm loaded with what can I do? How can I help? And right now my community feels somewhat helpless because what can we do?
Our sister station in Nashville confirms that First Lady Joe Biden, Dr. Joe Biden, will attend the vigil tonight. The vigil begins in about 20 minutes.
All right, let's check out the forecast. Our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb, and a beautiful weather today.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I might need a little winter jacket.
Yeah, you know the forecast. I'm glad you're listening. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, we are dealing with freeze warnings across some areas that we talked about yesterday. The National Weather Service has finally pulled that cord, Leesburg, Martinsburg, into Washington County, dealing with temperatures below the freezing mark. And so that's not very nice for late March. Let's take a live look at what's happening outside. You can see limited cloud coverage. It's a fantastic day, and it will be a very quiet evening. We have zero threat of any rain. We do have a cold front that we are watching that's going to move in from our west, and it's going to provide snow. Yeah, for Cumberland into the Kaiser area. The rest of us, we are going to stay on the dry side. Snowflakes, will they accumulate? That's a hard no. We are actually going to see them kind of dissipate as they are falling to the ground. But really, there's that quick clipper system that started in the Great Lakes. It will sweep across our area. We're going to get the southern edge of this storm system, and so it's not going to be significant rain or snow in our area. It will be very brief, and then we have high pressure that is right behind it, and that's going to allow for more bright sunshine as we go into tomorrow afternoon as well. Temperatures, they were slightly cooler today, upper 50s to lower 60s. We are very consistent across the board. Hey, we do have a larger storm system that is going to be pretty impactful for your Friday.